Welcome to the audio press release, APR, powered by IBM. This original production delivers market and sector insights, as well as executive interviews with innovative executives shaping the future in fast-moving industries, and may feature a client partner of IBM or one of the 75-plus investor-focused brands within IBM's dynamic brand portfolio. As multifaceted financial news and publishing company, IBM leverages its extensive distribution network, utilizing multiple proprietary corporate communication tools to introduce both public and private companies to a vast and diverse audience of investors, consumers, influencers, journalists, and other targeted segments of the public. IBM may have received compensation to produce this audio content. Please be sure to read IBM's entire disclaimers for full disclosures, as the information circulated in this audio press release is disseminated on behalf of Max Power Mining may include paid advertisement. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the audio press release, APR, featuring Max Power Mining. AI's growth has a power problem. Natural hydrogen could be the perfect solution. The AI revolution isn't running out of processing power, it's running out of electricity, and the race is on to find the next great source of clean, limitless energy. Data centers are devouring power faster than utilities can supply it, straining aging grids, driving up household energy bills, and exposing a simple truth. The digital world needs a new source of real-world power. One breakthrough stands apart: natural hydrogen. According to the International Energy Agency, or IEA, global data center power consumption is projected to more than double by 2030, to roughly 945 terawatt-hours, and the subset of AI-optimized centers could quadruple over the same period. Meanwhile, in the United States, power demand from data centers may well double by 2035 as well, potentially consuming around 9% of national electricity demand. In short, compute demand is outpacing expansion in grid capacity. This is why the big names in tech and capital are now racing to secure energy itself. And one of the most promising sectors in that energy race is natural or geologic hydrogen. Enter Max Power Mining Corporation, MAXXF on OTC and MAXX on Canadian Securities Exchange. This first-mover North American public company is focused on commercial natural hydrogen. Max Power controls approximately 1.3 million permitted acres in Saskatchewan, including the 200-kilometer-long Genesis Trend, which lies adjacent to an existing industrial corridor and a proposed hydrogen hub with multiple ranked targets. With its focus on providing energy for AI demand, Max Power joins a group of leaders operating in the AI space, including NVIDIA Corporation, Microsoft Corporation, Apple Incorporated, and Amazon.com Incorporated, whose involvement spans hardware, software, infrastructure, research, investment, and product rollout. AI's rapid expansion is redefining global energy demand, forcing a rethink of how the world generates and delivers power. Max Power is North America's public company leader in taking natural hydrogen to commerciality, a potential major breakthrough in clean, baseload energy. With the largest natural hydrogen portfolio on the continent, Max Power controls Canada's most prospective ground in this emerging frontier. The company's partnership with the Petroleum Technology Research Centre and billionaire investor Eric Sprott brings world-class validation and government connectivity to accelerate development. Backed by proven leadership and aligned capital, Max Power is positioned to pioneer the next major shift in global energy. The macro opportunity: geologic, natural hydrogen. AI's rapid expansion is redefining global energy demand, forcing a rethink of how the world generates and delivers power. The IEA estimates that 2024 global data centers were responsible for roughly 1.5% of worldwide electricity consumption. By 2030, data center electricity is projected to climb to about 945 terawatt-hours, more than the entire electricity demand of Japan today. In fact, the IEA highlights that AI-optimized data centers could more than quadruple their power draw during this period. This means the bottleneck is not compute hardware or cooling systems so much as power availability, reliability, and scalability. The IEA statement that it's about power now has moved from a whisper to a full-throated consensus across the data center industry. In the US context, data center growth alone may drive nearly half of incremental electricity demand by 2030, a striking figure that underscores how compute growth is reshaping grid planning and energy investment flows. To meet this kind of demand, the 24/7 baseload nature of hyperscale compute facilities, the industry must look beyond simply adding more renewables or expanding transmission. That means exploring energy sources that are dispatchable, flexible, and scalable. Enter the concept of geologic or natural hydrogen, a resource that, until recently, was mostly academic but is increasingly being framed as the next frontier of energy. Geologic hydrogen exists in subsurface reservoirs formed by interactions between water and iron-rich rocks, and potentially in quantities large enough to rival proven natural gas reserves. This is not manufactured hydrogen via electrolysis or fossil fuel-derived hydrogen. Natural hydrogen requires no electricity to produce and offers near-zero life cycle emissions once flowing. The appeal for AI-era power is clear: a low-carbon, on-site, not intermittent baseload source that ensures consistent uptime and energy security for the world's fastest-growing industry. One startup, Koloma, backed by Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, described it as a global gold rush for buried hydrogen. In essence, as AI compute demand scales faster than grid expansion, the energy industry must shift from marginal renewables to foundational new supply. Geologic hydrogen could be that supply. Natural hydrogen offers the chance to deliver clean, dispatchable energy exactly where it's needed, near compute clusters, industrial corridors, and heavy power zones. It's not just about clear power, it's about unlocking a new energy paradigm around compute-first infrastructure. The numbers, the grid constraints, and the compute growth trajectory all point to this moment being more than just another energy transition. It is the foundation layer for the AI era. First mover advantage and global energy breakthrough. While the macro themes are compelling, the Achilles heel in any new energy frontier is timing and access. That's why advantage occurs to the first entrants who secure land, rights, subsurface data, and community industrial linkages. Max Power is North America's public company leader in taking natural hydrogen to commerciality, a potential major breakthrough in clean, baseload energy. To appreciate why that matters, contrast manufactured, vice versa, natural hydrogen. Today, about 99% of hydrogen is produced either via stream methane reformation fossil fuels or via water electrolysis using electricity. These production methods demand massive capital and energy inputs while generating significant carbon emissions. Natural geologic hydrogen differs fundamentally. It is generated underground, accumulates in reservoirs, much like natural gas, and can be tapped with exploration production techniques. A flowing, commercial natural hydrogen discovery offers low-cost, low-carbon baseload capable supply without decades of development required. In economic terms, early modeling suggests natural hydrogen could be produced for about 50 cents to $1 per kilogram, compared to $2 to $3 per kilogram for blue hydrogen, and approximately $4 to $6 or more per kilogram for green hydrogen, depending on power input. If these cost curves materialize, natural hydrogen could dramatically undercut manufactured hydrogen. The scale potential is huge. Even if only 1 to 2% of subsurface hydrogen is recoverable, the energy endowment could cover global hydrogen needs for centuries. The U.S. Geological Survey reports that the modeled in-place hydrogen may exceed twice the energy content of all proven natural gas on Earth. By positioning ahead of the pack, Max Power aims to capture early access, establish ground truth on subsurface hydrogen, and connect to heavy demand loads, data centers, industrial corridors, fertilizer hubs that will dominate the next wave of energy demand. While everyone appears to be talking about hydrogen, few are addressing the natural hydrogen frontier in a commercial, district-scale format. And that's where a first-mover advantage becomes meaningful. Largest natural hydrogen permitted land package. When it comes to scale and positioning, land rights and permitted acreage count. With the largest natural hydrogen portfolio on the continent, Max Power controls Canada's most prospective ground in this emerging frontier, an approximately 1.3 million acre permitted land package in Saskatchewan. This is not a single small lease, it's a field-scale opportunity. Included in that acreage is the Genesis Trend, situated adjacent to an industrial corridor and a proposed hydrogen hub. This adjacency matters because proximity to industrial off-takers, infrastructure, and heavy power demand zones helps lower logistical and transmission costs, a critical factor when delivering baseload hydrogen or power near compute data center clusters. Beyond the permitted acreage, there is an additional estimated 5.7 million acres under application, which could offer upside and scale optionality. Max Power is scheduled to drill Canada's first dedicated deep well targeting natural hydrogen on the Genesis Trend in November 2025, a milestone event. From a land and rights perspective, Max Power has locked prime real estate near heavy power demand in a region with established industrial infrastructure and energy-ready zoning. The district-scale framing means this is not a grassroots experiment. It is infrastructure-scale exploration aligned with major energy transition demand. Scientific validation, industry-backed credibility. Max Power's collaboration with the Petroleum Technology Research Centre, or PTRC, in Saskatchewan is a standout in this regard. PTRC is one of Canada's globally recognized subsurface R&D institutions. Its involvement with Max Power provides independent validation, rigorous oversight, and links to industry best practice methodologies. With PTRC engaged, Max Power benefits from enhanced subsurface modeling, data integrity assurance, and access to industry networks that accelerate exploration, well design, and regulatory alignment. This means that the natural hydrogen exploration is not purely speculative, rather it is grounded in proven subsurface science. Such scientific validation becomes critical as investors and industries evaluate the risk-reward of natural hydrogen versus manufactured hydrogen technologies. Having a research-backed partner with a track record in subsurface hydrocarbon R&D reduces the science project risk and elevates the dynamic to the credible commercial energy play. In the broader view, the credibility piece also helps connect Max Power with potential off-takers, industrial, data center, heavy industry, and capital markets players that demand beyond hope. They demand evidence. By combining large land rights, rigorous science, and institutional partnerships, Max Power is focused on assembling the elements of a viable commercial natural hydrogen business, rather than an early-stage speculative exploration play. Proven leadership with Tier 1 backing. Behind any serious energy venture must stand leadership with experience, vision, and aligned capital. Max Power's leadership team brings just that. At the helm is a technical and geological crew with discovery track records, including the discovery of Saskatchewan's most significant new potash deposits. This kind of found-it-before credibility matters when drilling the unknown. In addition, Max Power is backed by billionaire investor Eric Sprott, a high-conviction capital allocator who stepped out of his gold and silver wheelhouse to make his first clean energy natural hydrogen investment in Max Power. That action signals the serious capital is paying attention. When a company combines exploration team pedigree with aligned capital and a large-scale land positions, the industry gets the kind of structured positioning that can endure multi-year, multi-well cycles of drilling, discovery, delineation, and development. And in the natural hydrogen space, where timelines and technical risks still linger, having a team that knows how to execute is a significant differentiator. Max Power is not just a play with land and prospectivity. It is a play with people, capital, credentials, and strategy. Backed by proven leadership and aligned capital, Max Power is positioned to pioneer the next major shift in global energy. Clean, emissions-free baseload power for the AI era. To bring the story full circle, the compute surge of the AI era requires clean, scalable, baseload-capable energy, not just intermittent renewables or traditional fossil generation. Hyperscale compute campuses demand hundreds of megawatts or even gigawatts round the clock. That power can be treated as a niche. It must be reliable. Natural hydrogen offers the key. Max Power is directly leveraging this compute-driven mega demand via its bespoke large Earth model LEMI for natural hydrogen in Saskatchewan, an AI-assisted integration of diverse subsurface datasets to target the world's first commercial natural hydrogen discovery. Essentially, it is AI modeling for hydrogen to power AI compute. That synergy amplifies the relevance of the opportunity. As grid planners and utilities struggle with integrating mounting data center loads, decarbonizing industry, and shaping firm, low-carbon supply, natural hydrogen emerges as a credible lane. If Max Power proves commercial flow, the implications are system-level, clean baseload energy deployed at the source, positioned near industrial and fertilizer corridors, and with economics that undercut manufactured hydrogen. The supply challenge is real, and natural hydrogen may be the missing piece of the puzzle. The audio press release, APR, is an original content production powered by IBN, a multifaceted financial news and publishing company that delivers next-generation corporate communication solutions. Utilizing proprietary corporate communication tools such as news aggregation and syndication, social communication, and brand awareness techniques, among others, IBN introduces both public and private companies to diverse audiences to enhance reach and recognition. IBN may receive compensation for services and solutions provided to its client partners. The owners, officers, and directors of IBN or financial analysts mentioned in this production do not hold any position in and do not intend to trade the securities in their own accounts. This production is not an offer or recommendation to buy or sell any securities that may be mentioned in this production. The information in this broadcast is presented solely for informative purposes and is not intended to be or should it be construed as investment advice. As in all investments, investment in the featured companies carries inherent investment risk. Listeners should review the company thoroughly with a registered investment advisor or registered stockbroker. This production by IBN is not purported to be a complete study of the featured company or other companies mentioned. Information used and statements of fact have been obtained from featured companies and other sources, but not verified nor guaranteed by IBN as to completeness and accuracy. Such information is subject to change without notice. Please read IBN's entire disclaimers and disclosures at www.ibn.fm/disclaimer. Thank you again for listening to the audio press release APR powered by IBN.